Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing alright. Now today we're just talking about the Gravios situation. Now what do I mean by the Gravios situation? Well, there were some people who felt like my Gravios video was a spoiler because Gravios was in the thumbnail, and yeah, I want to talk about that. Definitely because a couple weeks ago, I think it was actually just last week, I said I'm not going to do any leaks or anything of the sort around that, and I didn't want to spoil stuff for you guys in general. So before I put out the Gravios video, I even asked in Discord if people think this is a spoiler. You know, it wasn't in a trailer, but it was definitely purposely shown by Capcom, by IGN. Capcom have to approve all of these videos going out. They wouldn't just let Gravios go out like that. And it was obvious that Gravios was in that build when they did that video with IGN. But I wanted to do my due diligence and just find out if people had a feeling that it was a spoiler. Turns out in the end, people did think it was a spoiler. We had some people comment down on the video saying, don't put it in the thumbnail, it's a spoiler. We even had some people unsubscribing from the channel due to that video. Now some people might say, okay, no, why do you take this seriously? Why are you talking about this? Doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, maybe not, but for me personally, I want to take, all these situations serious. Just because I'm growing doesn't mean I shouldn't pay attention to what my subscribers are feeling and saying. I want to pay attention to pretty much everyone as much as I can. And yes, as I grow bigger and bigger, that's going to be harder to do, but I'm not at that stage yet, so I want to keep on doing how I've been doing it so far. And how I've been doing it is paying attention to what everyone's saying. So this is a difficult one. I was talking to people in the Discord this morning, and shout out to all of them because we were talking for about 30-40 minutes. Pretty much all of them don't think it's a spoiler still. And this was a new batch of people in comparison to the first time I asked. Now firstly, I suppose what I could have done, let's start there, then we can talk about more about other stuff. What I could have done is, rather than show a thumbnail like this of Gravios, I could have showed a thumbnail like this. Now this way, if people don't want to know what the monster is, they don't have to click into the video. But that leaves me in a tricky spot, because then what happens whenever Capcom reveals a monster in any other means, maybe through an article, maybe through Twitter, maybe through a video? In all those situations, do I then have to not highlight the monster I'm talking about? Do I just have to say a new monster every single time? I'm wondering about that, and I would like your opinions down below as well, because yes, this wasn't in a trailer, but it was officially revealed content. Capcom approved of this video to go up through IGN, and I only talk about officially revealed content. I don't talk about leaks. I've already said that. And this wasn't a case of a leak. This isn't information that came out of a place that Capcom didn't want us to know. They wanted us to see this video. I was watching this video and it came across me in the video. But I get it. Some people are still going to say, well, it wasn't officially on Capcom's channel. Well, then I guess it comes down to perception, because how much does that change things? Let's say you didn't want to see what monsters are out in trailer 4, for example. I think in trailer 4, back then, I talked about One Popolo, I talked about Ajorakan, talked about the Black Flame. I talked about all those monsters. In fact, for Gypsios, I actually put Gypsios out there in the thumbnail. I talked about him in the title. I did 2 videos. People seem to be finding that situation overall. So I guess it comes down to perception of how people feel about things. It's a hard one. Honestly, it's a hard one. I don't know the answer here. Maybe you guys have the answer. Let me know what you think down below, because that really puts me in a tight spot. Is it only a spoiler because I revealed it soon after the fact? Then let's say there's a trailer. Let's say, for example, there's a trailer that goes up. You haven't seen it yet. I put up a video, and in the video thumbnail is the monster. Now this is official information. Just because the person hasn't seen it, does that make it a spoiler? Let's say they haven't seen the video for a day, 2 days, a week. In their perception, would that still be seen as a spoiler for them because they haven't seen the video, or they didn't see the piece of information that came out from Capcom, but they saw it on my thumbnail first? Does that count? Like, there's too much around this. Like, when it comes down to leaks, that is very obvious, right? Capcom didn't want people to see these leaks because they're data mined. They're actually going into the software, they're looking at files, they're doing whatever they can to get the information out of places that Capcom don't want people to see. But in this situation, it's kind of a gray area, because is it really gray? I don't think it's gray, actually. I think it's pretty black and white, but people's perceptions can be gray around specific parts of it because of what they prefer, and that's fine. If people prefer not to see the stuff, I understand. I suppose it does kind of throw me for a loop. I don't really know how to deal with it fully, unless the suggestion is for every new monster that gets revealed in any way, if it's through an article, if it's through a trailer or whatever, if they're revealed that way, I can't specify what that monster's name is, I can't specify what they look like, or so on, until someone clicks onto the video and then they say it that way. Now, just to clarify my thought process also into this, going on to Twitter, people are blasting everywhere, Gravios, yo, this is Gravios, and actually that's the first place I saw it. If I didn't see it there, I wouldn't have known that was Gravios. All right, I didn't even click on that video. I didn't even click on that video. And in that sense, like, a lot of people are talking about this. A lot of people know it's Gravios. It's not. If it was a leak, these people wouldn't talk about it. People wouldn't talk about it like that. Leakers would talk about it, but the general populace wouldn't talk about it. So I take the general consensus of what everyone's saying, how everyone's feeling. And I was like, okay, well, it seems like a lot of people are talking about this. This is free knowledge. No one's talking about it on YouTube yet. And people seem to be fine about that stuff. But I guess on a thumbnail on YouTube, it's a bit different for some people. I understand that, but I don't know, guys. Personally, I don't think it was a spoiler. If you do think it's a spoiler, let me know down below. If you don't think it's a spoiler, still let me know down below. And if you don't think it's a spoiler, but you still don't like it being in thumbnails, also let me know that down below, because then I can adjust the content and how I show the content depending on how you guys are feeling as well, because I want to take you guys' feelings into consideration. I think it's an important step of building a relationship from a YouTuber and the subscribers, followers, and so on. This isn't an echo chamber. I don't need people telling me just the same thing I want to hear or don't want to hear. I want to hear opinions from all different places of life, basically. I think it's important that way. Anyway, this video is way longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a 2-minute video, but apparently I had a lot to talk about. I'll catch you guys next time. Later on today, I'll be streaming. I need to farm for Electron, so if you want to come around for that, I appreciate that. Mainly focused around the Europeans, I suppose, and people living in Asia. Not too much on America, because I guess you guys are going to be at work or school or whatever. My apologies. I don't want to stay up too late today. Anyway, catch you guys next time. See ya.